I have linked you everything for the podcast. It is in your thing. That I have linked 4. I have many more if it doesn't take us an hour to read these.
If it
But
pleases us.
if you behave, we might.
I can
hate
leave,
myself.
I
You
will
could
get up
leave.
and leave.
You could leave. You're not going to because you...
There's bad stuff. Why does it keep giving me that?
Because that
There's
would
bad
be
stuff in the other
bad.
room.
Hello there, everybody. My name is Force Reckon, and welcome back to Data Upload, the podcast.
It's a solo podcast. I quit.
My name is Force Reckon, and I'm not joined by my co-host Powercore today because he couldn't handle how beautiful my puns were.
Where's the door? Where's the fucking door? My camera's stuck in my ass. I can't even see where I'm going. Will you stop pun abusing me? Will it hurt?
I might
Will
be
you
able
stop
to.
the pain? Okay. I'll come back.
This is gonna be real hard because every time I say the word "be," just like "be" in a sentence, I'm going to start laughing, even though it's not intended as a pun. It's just gonna be
unintentional pun abuse is still abuse.
So we are gonna start with. So hold on. To tell people what everything's going on, we've talked more about podcast idea, and we're changing the format a little bit, and this will probably happen a lot because me and my brain. But that's part of the point. Starting today, for the foreseeable future, we are going to read SCPs, and then we are going to attempt to make things for 5th edition D&D with them, be they monsters or
weapons,
items, whole like dungeon premises. We're not gonna try and make fully fleshed out things, I don't think, because just making like a single CR5 monster for me can take an hour if you try and put thought into it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put down the premise and stuff like on the podcast, and then I will try over the course of the next week to actually make those a reality and tweet them, and that's gonna be my new kind of like tweeter thing. And in case you haven't guessed yet, this is going to be a wonderful, wonderfully interesting week as we are studying the bees.
In case you don't have a visual, I am glaring daggers at him. I caught that pun.
Well, the pun was meant for the audience, so that it was meant to be caught. As in SCP lore, there is a beautiful tag called Apian. And Apian has a whole bunch of buzzy little friends. And so we're going to do those.
These are cool.
We're going to be starting with SCP-3045, whose name I cannot for the life of me remember. 3045. It is bzz.exe. So.
I'd be careful of anything with a .exe, even more so when it's titled something so cute. Don't trust friendly EXEs. They're out to get you.
Alright. I guess it would be bzzip, wouldn't it? I can't believe it. I just caught that. Don't give me that look of disgust, sir. You guys can't see this. I don't know if he intended it. His character model was like, I'm ashamed of you.
That's the best part. You can't tell. I'm hidden behind a layer of obscurity.
Anyways, SCP-3045. Object class, safe. Special containment breachers. Special containment breachers. SCP-3045's installation packages to be stored on a flash drive. You're supposed to be kept in a... Okay, I'm going to stop. In a secured locker on site. Researchers may install SCP-3045 on an isolated computer for testing purposes. Once testing is concluded, this computer is to be destroyed along with all of its peripheral components. Any computers, buildings, or facilities containing SCP-3045 must be Tempest, in all caps, certified. What's this?
Tempest certified.
Notification? Certification indicating that equipment and or structures are insulated from leakage of data via electromagnetic or acoustic emissions. For more information, personnel with appropriate clearance may consult documentation for another SCP. Under no circumstances should SCP-3045 be used on any media file that directly references bees.
It sounds like that would be a bad idea.
Yeah. It's alright, I'll behave.
You want to fuck around for us? You want to find out?
Yeah, sure. Description.
SCP-3045 is an anomalous application, bzip.exe, that reduces the size of certain types of media, plain text, rich text, MOV, AVI, and MP4. It accomplishes this by producing a file with the trimmed result with a trimmed, simplified content. The file can then be reduced further. However, after a certain number of iterations, the result will be a file that contains little to no data. Additional attempts at reduction will only reproduce this final file.
So it's literally a zip.
Yes, it is. It is bzip.exe. The best compressor, the worst compressor.
All right, so we have some test logs here. Addendum 3045-1 test logs. So the first test log, test1.log. Description: a rich text file containing Shakespeare's Hamlet. Forward: to save space, only Act 1 is provided during the first 3 iterations. The entire play is provided at the 4th iteration, and every iteration thereafter. Oh my god, there are 8 iterations in this singular thing. I guess they're gonna get shorter and shorter.
Because he's gonna keep compressing it.
We're just gonna be popcorning these back and forth. I'll do iteration 1, then you do 2, 3, 4. That should even out as it gets shorter and shorter. So Act 1, Scene 1. Actually, do you want to just actually play out fucking Hamlet?
All of fucking Hamlet.
It's just Act 1. It's just Act 1. There's
we're gonna do all of Act 1,
scenes,
and then that's it.
All right, so I'll be the guards in this first one.
Hang on, let me make sure I have to open.
You be Horatio, and I'll just be whoever's. I'll be the guards this time, and then we'll do the next scene when we get there. So
yeah, in test 1, right?
In test 1, iteration 1, yes.
Test 1, iteration. Yeah, my what's the first line your guards have?
Horatio, there's a ghost.
Okay, yeah, we're on the same one.
Okay. Act 1, scene: a platform in front of a castle. Flowing wind, billowing out the guards' cloaks. That's not there, I added it. Enter guards and Horatio. Horatio! There's a ghost!
I do not believe you.
Enter ghost.
I believe you.
Guards, you are smart. Address it.
Speak, ghost.
Exit ghost.
That ghost wore the dead king's things.
Enter ghost.
It returns.
It returns. Exit ghost.
We must tell Hamlet a ghost wears his father's things. Fucking ghosts.
Fucking ghosts, man. All right. You be Claudius and Laertes, and I'll be the men and Polonius and Hamlet.
Sure.
You be Gertrude. She has 1 line.
Wait, I'm Claudius and Laertes. Gotcha. And Gertrude.
You're the king and queen and Laertes, and then I'm everyone else. All right. So, room inside the castle. Enter King Claudius, Queen Gertrude, Hamlet, Polonius, Laertes, and men.
Men. My brother was king, but he died, and I married his wife, and I am very wise and competent king. Men, I order you to go do wise and competent things. Based king, outsourcing his own job.
Yes, sir. Exit men.
I wish I could go to France. Does your father permit it?
I do.
Then go.
I am moody. Hamlet.
Cease being moody. Listen to your mother.
I am no longer moody.
All is well.
This is beautiful.
This is the best version of Hamlet I've ever read.
All is not well, for I am secretly still moody.
There's a line there.
Enter Horatio and guards.
A ghost wears your father's things. Shall we go see it?
Yes.
These are true men, deciders of their day and age.
So You're Laertes and I'm Polonius. You will be Ophelia? No, I'll be Ophelia, because Ophelia responds to... Oh, well, Ophelia responds to both. Whatever. Scene, a room in Polonius's house. Enter Laertes and Ophelia. Yeah, I'll be Ophelia.
Do not have sex with Hamlet.
All right.
Good convo.
Enter Polonius. Laertes, act only to your own benefit.
All right.
Exit Laertes. Polonius, do not have sex with Hamlet. Do not talk to Hamlet. All right.
See? God, what beautiful fucking Shakespeare.
God, Shakespeare, man, it just... Oh, I can't believe he made such beautiful poetry.
If only we could capture the true arts lost to humanity.
You know what? I'm pretty sure I met a grade schooler the other day who wrote this exact script.
Bullshit! Or he's a genius. Get him a script now.
I think he's a genius. That's my thing. So we'll see if we have to. So we'll have to see if we can get him onto the stream sometime. Might be a little bit weird, an adult man approaching a young grade schooler and ask him if he wants to come home and record a podcast with him. But I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Of course, just make sure you don't do it where anyone can see in a dark alley. And promise some candy. That way you're sure he'll come.
Obviously, I got to make sure he's compensated, and I have nothing to pay him with other than, sweets. So. And
false promises of Xbox. That worked for me.
Well, I have an Xbox. It's not necessarily a false promise if I actually let him play.
Oh!
It's only an Xbox 360, but...
Just say Xbox. Don't tell him the number. Exactly. 1 or 360. Sure.
Well, it has a number in it. All right, anyways, enough of those jokes. Jesus. Scene, platform in front of house. These are all already given jobs. So enter Hamlet, guards, and Horatio. Things are occurring. Enter Ghost. Hamlet. That is my father's ghost. Ghost beckons to Hamlet. Hamlet. I will see what he wants. Guards and Horatio.
Do not go.
Hamlet. I am going. Exit Ghost.
Damn it, Hamlet.
Guards. Something is rotten.
Something's sus.
Scene. Other part of platform. You want to be Ghost? So I'm not talking to myself.
I don't know. You said schizophrenic's pretty funny, but sure, I'll be a ghost.
All right.
Ghost. Claudius killed me and married your mother.
Hamlet. I will avenge you.
Give me 1 second. Okay, Ghost. All right.
I was kind of expecting it.
I didn't know it would sound like that.
You might have to turn up the recognizability or whatever the fuck it's called. Exit Ghost. Hamlet. I was moody, but now I'm angry. Enter Guards and Horatio. Hamlet. Tell no one what you saw.
Ghost off stage. Swear.
Hamlet. I will pose as a madman. Swear to ignorance.
Ghost off stage. I can't move my fucking voice changer. Ghost off stage. Swear.
They swear. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Iteration 2. Act 1, Scene 1. Castle platform. Enter guards. Ghost? Enter Ghost. Guards. Ghost? Exit Ghost. Guards. We must tell Hamlet!
This ghost, man, is just fucking with him. Who am I anymore?
Scene 2, inside castle. You were Claudius and Gertrude and Laertes, I believe. I was Polonius and Hamlet.
Okay, I know how to differentiate these voices now.
Just wait till there's C, L, G, H, and P.
That's a lot of letters. Okay. I'm Claudius, or are you Claudius?
Yep, you're Claudius. King Claudius.
Okay. My brother died. I married his wife. Now I am wise king. Laertes. I wish to go to France. Polonius and Claudius. All right.
I am moody, says Hamlet.
Claudius and Gertrude.
Good luck.
Be moody.
To do them both. Come on, how are you gonna? You talk as a woman and a man at the same time.
Oh shit! I have to do both of these. Fuck.
There's a voice changer for that.
Yes, there is a voice changer for this. I'm actively looking for it. I can't find it. The one time I need it. Okay, here we go. Fuck the line. Claudius and Gertrude. Do not be moody.
Yeah, sure. That was a fucking troll, but whatever. Hamlet. I am no longer moody. Exit all but Hamlet. Hamlet. I am secretly moody. Enter guards.
Fucking Hamlet.
Guards. Ghost! Hamlet. Show me. Scene. Polonius's house. Enter Laertes and Ophelia. Laertes.
No sex.
Ophelia. All right. Enter Polonius. Polonius. Laertes, be selfish.
All right.
Exit Laertes. Polonius. Stay away from Hamlet. No sex. Ophelia. All right. Scene. Castle platform. Enter Hamlet, guards, and Ghost. Hamlet. The ghost is my father. Exit Hamlet and Ghost. Scene. Different platform. Enter Hamlet and Ghost. Ghost.
Claudius killed me.
Hamlet. I will avenge. Hold on. For Hamlet's lines, I have to.
Anime. You have to puncture it. Oh my god, the hair. You're getting there. You're true.
You guys can't see this. My hair, for the podcast people, for the listeners instead of the viewers, my hair, I haven't been able to get my hair cut in like several months now, and so my hair is very long. I usually have it swept to the side, but I've now pulled it so that I have a single strand hanging over my right eye.
He's like my favorite anime character.
Hamlet, I will avenge. Enter guards. Hamlet, swear not to tell. Guards, we swear.
You are like 2 octaves away from Batman. Be very careful.
Where's Claudius?
Where's Ophelia? Did she have sex with me yet?
No sex.
No sex.
Act 1, scene outside.
Wait, his parents are dead. He is Batman. Okay, continue.
Ghost. Guards. Hamlet must know. Scene. Room. King. New king.
Old king died. I married his wife.
Hamlet. Hold on. Let me get into character. Unhappy. New king and queen.
Be happy.
Hamlet. Yes, but secretly no. Ghost? Show. Other room. Laertes.
Oh, fuck. No sex.
Ophelia. Yes. Polonius. Be selfish.
No, Polonius. No Hamlet. No sex.
No, you're Laertes. Responding to be selfish.
Yes.
Polonius. No Hamlet. No sex. Ophelia. Yes. All right. Exciting. Scene.
Ghost.
Outside. Ghost.
I am your father. No king killed me.
Vengeance. Guards don't tell. We won't.
We don't know how to cheat.
Act 1. King.
Cheer up.
No.
Ghost. I think my ghost voice changer disappeared. It doesn't even appear anymore. It turned into a ghost and ran away from me.
You don't have it hotkeyed?
No, I have been fat fingering it. Oh no, most of my voice. Oh, I see what happened. I just collapsed the tab. Let me do this. Vengeance.
Yes. Act 2. King.
Oh yeah, find out what he knows, says King.
Oh shit! Iteration 4 is literally just all the acts. I didn't notice it's not the seeds.
Oh,
it's just the acts
it's all of them
down.
summed up.
Didn't it say it only had? Hold on.
Yeah.
Only Act 1 is only Act 1 is
deteriorates.
provided during the first 3 iterations.
Yeah, and also it deteriorates further. Like we can actually do all 8 because not all of them have content.
Yep. All right, King, Act 2, King.
Find out what he knows.
Hamlet's friends. You want to do those as well?
No. Hamlet's friends. What do you know?
Not telling.
Act 3.
I love my Hamlet. Hamlet frightens Queen. All right, your Queen.
Queen.
Voice behind curtain. Gods, gods. Oh, that's just one guard. Sorry.
You're scaring me.
Hamlet. Vengeance. Hamlet stabs curtain. It was Polonius. Hamlet. Wish it was King. Act 4. King.
King, go away. What a fucking Giga Chad. Can I just say the king is? He just tells people things.
Yes. Ophelia drowns herself. Laertes.
Vengeance.
King.
King, let's work together.
Act 5. King poisons sword. Wine. Laertes poisons Hamlet with sword. Hamlet stabs Laertes. Laertes.
This was King's idea.
Laertes dies. Queen drank poisoned wine. Queen dies. Hamlet. Vengeance. Hamlet kills King. Hamlet dies. Fortinbras.
What happened?
You are king now.
Oh. And we have iteration 5.
Iteration 5, Hamlet. Vengeance. Hamlet kills Polonius. Ophelia drowns. Hamlet kills Laertes. Queen dies of poison. Hamlet kills King. Hamlet dies. Iteration 6, people die. Iteration 7, bzz. Iteration 8, bzz.
Ugh. How does he get better with each reiteration of Hamlet? Truly, he understands his story.
He just knows. He knows. They're busy. He was a busy bee. All right.
Force! I fucking warned you! What did I say was gonna happen?
Come on, it was right there! You can't blame me. You can't blame me for that. You have to
literally can't!
You have to read the description of the next test log.
You're fucking lucky. My chair's too close to my monitor. I can't shoot it without shooting the other. I got my eye on you, though.
That's alright.
Oh, wait. How many of these do we have left?
There
oh, wait. This is the secondary log.
4 test logs, so we're on the second test log. You have to read the description forward for this one.
Oh, there's so many. Okay. Description. An MP4 file containing the entirety of Indiana Jones and the Lost Chronicle, the original theatrical release. Forward. Researcher Rogers was tasked to watch each iteration and provide a summary of the notable differences.
Alright, so these ones will popcorn, so you'll read the whole iteration 1, I'll do 2, 3, 4. Alright. One guy writing this thing.
Yeah. Here we have the main characters. Indiana Jones, Henry Jones, Elsa Schreider, Sala, Walter Donovan, Colonel Vogel, Grail Knight. Summary. The movie opens with Walter Donovan asking Indiana to find the Grail. He mentions that his father, Henry, was asked before him, but he has since disappeared. Jones departs to Venice. There he meets Elsa. Together, they discover the hidden knight's tomb that refers to them. The hidden knight's tomb that refers to them. Alexandria?
Alexandretta.
Alexandretta. Elsa and Indiana manage to rescue Indy's father at Castle Brunwald, only to be captured by Colonel Vogel. Elsa reveals herself to be the traitor. She was very sus.
She was always a cold bitch.
Indy and Henry escape. Then, after meeting up with Sala, fight against Nazi forces, defeating Colonel Vogel on their way to Alexandria?
Alexandretta.
Alexandretta.
There you go.
Okay, there is an N. At the Grail Temple, Donovan reveals himself. I couldn't see an N. This window is tinier on my screen. It's not zoomed in. I'm zoom in, and that was
zoomed in. It's normal size for me.
You know how much shit's on my screen?
Should just be the SCP.
At the Grail Temple, Donovan reveals himself to have been the traitor and shoots Indy's father, forcing Indy to confront the 3 trials to save him. Once Indy passes these trials, Elsa and Donovan follow him. Confronted by the Grail Knight, Indy is told that he must select the right Grail, and that the Grail cannot leave the temple. Donovan appears, and Elsa goads him into choosing the wrong Grail, resulting in his death. Indy selects the right Grail, and uses it to heal his father. Elsa attempts to leave the temple with the Grail, resulting in the temple's collapse and her death. Indy, his father, and Sala ride off into the sunset. Elsa, that bitch. Notable differences. Marcus Broody and Kazim are gone, and the subplot with the Brotherhood of this cuneiform sword.
Cruciform.
There is cruciform. Oh yeah, there's cruciform, not cuneiform. There is no mention of Henry's journal at any point in the story. They never go to Berlin to retrieve it, and they never board a Zeppelin to escape Germany. The entire opening sequence, with Indy pursuing the cross of Corodo as it was both a teenager and as an adult, has been cut. The dialogue has been significantly simplified in many places, with extraneous dialogue mostly removed. Runtime 85 minutes. Version abridged.
Yeah. We should if we had this, we could put the entirety of the Hobbit series.
I was going to say the Hobbit series.
One singular good movie.
Because I think you could do a fan edit and cut most of the Hobbit series.
It has been done. Somebody's done a fan edit and cut them down to like a 2.5 hour movie that people say is basically just better than all 3.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
All right, iteration 2. Main characters: Indiana Jones, Henry Jones, Elsa Schneider, Colonel Vogel, and the Grail Knight. Summary: the movie opens with Indiana meeting Elsa in Venice, where they discover the Hidden Knight's tomb and learn the Grail is in Alexandretta. They decide to save Indy's father at Castle Brunwald, but Elsa betrays them to Colonel Vogel. They flee to Alexandretta. When Indy reaches the temple, Colonel Vogel takes the place of Walter Donovan. What?
He wasn't even in the script.
Okay.
Okay.
No, Walter Donovan, Walter Donovan, who was originally the guy who betrayed them, becomes Colonel Vogel in this version.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting Indy's father, then following him into the Grail room and being goaded by Elsa into choosing the wrong Grail. Elsa once again attempts to leave the temple and the Grail, resulting in its collapse. The movie ends with Indy and his father riding off into the sunset. Notable differences: Walter Donovan and Sala are gone, along with the tank battle. The 3 trials are now 2 trials. The Name of God trial has been cut. Runtime 52 minutes.
Damn, we're getting to some hardcore Warner Brothers versions here. The main characters: Indiana Jones, Elsa Schneider, Colonel Vogel, Grail Knight. How is this going to work without Indy's father? We'll see. The movie opens with Indiana meeting Elsa in Venice, where he tells her he knows the Grail's location. He, back to back. Don't fucking test me.
It's easy reading though.
Where he tells her he knows the Grail's location.
There you go.
Alexandretta.
Where he tells her he knows.
Colonel Vogel, of course I said it like 3 times. You have the advantage. Colonel Vogel suddenly steps out of Elsa's closet. Oh shit. Revealing Elsa as a traitor. Indiana escapes, fleeing to Alexandretta. I said it correctly that time, right? I feel like I didn't say it.
Alexandretta.
Alexandretta, Drata, Fika, Faka. There, he's confronted by Elsa and Vogel again. Vogel shoots Elsa, forcing Indy to retrieve the Grail. Indy retrieves 2 Grails, giving the wrong one to Vogel, leading to Vogel's death. Indy uses the real Grail to restore Elsa to life. Elsa attempts to leave the temple with the Grail. The temple collapses and she dies. The movie ends with Indiana riding off alone into the sunset. Notable difference: Henry Jones is gone. There is only one trial, Leap of Faith. The ending has a much more somber tone at the end, with Indiana saying nothing after Elsa's death. Runtime, damn, that was 17 minutes. That's just an episode.
All right. Main characters: Indiana Jones, Elsa Schneider, and the Grail Knight. Movie opens with Indiana meeting Elsa in Venice, where he tells her he knows the Grail's location, Alexandretta. They leave for Alexandretta, where Indy and Elsa enter the temple and retrieve the Grail from the Grail Knight. Elsa attempts to leave with the Grail, causing the temple to collapse and leading to her death. Indiana rides off alone into the sunset. Notable differences: Colonel Vogel is gone, there are no trials, and only one Grail in the final room. The Grail Knight has only one line, where he warns them they cannot leave the temple with the Grail. 6 minutes.
And then she just tries to do it anyway. Main characters: Indiana Jones and the Grail Knight. I'm curious how this one's going to work. The movie opens with Indiana entering the temple in Alexandretta. He encounters the Grail Knight, who informs that the Grail cannot be taken from the temple. Indiana thanks the Grail Knight for telling him this, and then rides off into the sunset. Notable differences: Elsa is gone. Indy has 2 lines: I'm here for the Grail, and thank you for telling me about the Grail. And the Grail Knight has 1: the Grail cannot leave this temple. Runtime 1 minute.
Iteration 6. Main characters: Indiana Jones. Summary: the movie opens with Indiana riding on a horse in the desert, reading from a book. He reads, "The Holy Grail cannot be removed from the temple in Alexandretta." Closes the book, looks at the temple in front of him, nods solemnly, then turns around and rides off into the sunset. Runtime, less than 1 minute.
The speed run ending. Iteration 7, main character Indiana Jones. The movie opens and ends with Indiana riding off into the sunset, less than 15 seconds.
Main characters, none. Summary: the movie consists of a black screen with a soft buzzing sound. Runtime, 3 seconds.
It started with a fade to black.
This is fun. These are cool. Alright. Test log 3. 1. Description: a plain text file containing the entirety of Samuel Beckett's tragicomedy, Waiting for Godot. Iteration 1. Enter characters. Characters, we are waiting for Godot. Godot does not arrive.
Iteration 2. Still waiting.
Iteration 3. Bzzzz. That's all. That's all it was. Just 3 iterations.
That's all, folks. You have a description, though.
I've never seen the tragicomedy.
Oh, no. Now I have the 4th one's description. An MOV file containing the entirety of B-movie animated by...
this seems like a bad idea.
Oh yeah, did they say explicitly not to fucking do this?
Yep. I assume this is how they found out not to do this.
Forward, researcher Zhao was tasked with watching each iteration to provide a summary of the notable differences.
All right,
initial iteration. Yep. Main character, Barry B. Benson, Vanessa Bloom, Ken, and Pollen Jocks. Oh, the Pollen Jocks. Oh, okay. Summary: Barry B. Benson is a nonconformist who just graduated college.
I see. This scientist has some opinions of his own.
Whoa. Oh no, I can't make that joke, never mind. I walk all of that back.
You didn't say anything. You're walking back. You're just walking backwards from the start line.
Yep. Only way. Yeah, I'm taking a page out of Indy's book, okay? I just start with the fade to black.
All right.
Spurring the job. Spurring the job assigned to him by Bee Society. He goes out with a group of pollen jobs, also bees. Spurring. Yeah, I said it correctly.
No, spurning. You said spurring. There's no N. They're very different words.
Spurring versus spurning.
Yes.
Honestly, I've heard spurring used the same way, but okay.
That's probably because of where you live, and nobody knows how to pronounce the fucking N after an R.
You're gonna put me in a concentration camp, aren't you? You grammar Nazi.
Yes. Until you learn how to read the words properly.
I refuse, just to spite you. Where he encounters Vanessa, a human florist, and Ken, her boyfriend. Ken attempts to kill him, but Vanessa saves his life. Barry later returns and expresses his thanks to Vanessa. The two begin a relationship. You remember that human on bee romance, all right? After Barry discovers that humans harvest honey from bees, he sues the human race. Now I kind of watch Bee Movie again. I just want to watch it again now. And after a series of mishaps, wins the trial. However, as a result of having too much honey, bees lose all their jobs, resulting in the flowers all over the world dying out. Barry and Vanessa travel to a city in California where the only remaining flowers survive, and steal a parade float full of flowers so bees can use them to repollinate the world. Barry and the other bees use the flowers to reverse damage, and the movie ends with all the bees working together with humans. Notable differences? None. Runtime, 97 minutes.
All right. Iteration 2. Uh-oh, it's got longer.
Yeah, that's why you don't put in bee-related media.
See previous. Summary. Oh god, what's iteration 5 going to be? Okay. Iteration 5 is just test and continued. Okay. Summary. Barry B. Benson works with the pollen jocks to gather pollen for Vanessa, who is now a human-sized bee.
Ugh.
Ken,
that's someone's fetish.
Is in a relationship with Vanessa. It's Ken's, apparently, and becomes jealous of the attention Barry receives for being so good at fetching pollen. Ken attacks Barry, but Barry and the pollen jocks swarm him and sting him to death. They all die afterward, but a new group of bees with identical faces and names quickly arrive to take their place. Vanessa appears all right with this, as she shows new Barry the same attention she gave dead Barry. The movie goes on with new Barry suing the humans for stealing their honey, but near the end, the jury and judge are revealed to now all be Ken. Trial ends with Newberry and a swarm of bees swooping up and stinging the jury and judge to death. A new Newberry arrives, and together with Vanessa, they travel to California to steal the parade boat of flowers and use it to expand their hive all over the world. The movie ends like the previous iteration, except all the humans are now human-sized bees, too, for some reason. Notable differences, this is almost a completely different movie. It's definitely not for kids anymore. The deaths are cartoonish, but still kind of gruesome. Runtime, 98 minutes.
Spiteberry. Main characters in Iteration 3, see previous. Summary, effectively the same plot, except Ken's death, both early and in the court scene, is more extensive and gruesome and takes more time. Notable differences, everyone except for Ken is now a bee, and all scenes where Ken is stuck to death now involve multiple human-sized bees stinging him and dying in the process. And all the dialogue in the movie, except for Ken's, which is mostly constant screaming, has been replaced with buzzing noises. Runtime on 107 minutes.
All right. Iteration 4. Main characters Ken and bees? Question mark. Summary. The movie consists of an above-view image of Ken writhing in an ocean of bees. Every time he opens his mouth, hundreds of bees pour into it. By the end of the film, his body has become swollen with venom from thousands of stingers. His facial features have all but vanished beneath a dozen fist-sized pustules oozing with pus. Blind and helpless, his screams are now just muffled, gurgling sobs. He appears to spend the last few minutes of the movie suffocating as his throat finally swells shut, only to finally sink out of sight. Notable differences, the film has become a live action. The bees are just normal honeybees, and Ken is now portrayed by the actor who voiced him, Patrick Warburton. Runtime, 278 minutes.
Patrick Warburton deserves better than that. Iteration 5. Note, at this point, further testing was discontinued on account of researcher Xing Zhao's computer being inexplicably filled with bees. Or inexplicably filling with bees. Special containment procedures updated to prohibit any tests on media with direct references to bees. I have a question though. If the bit of media involves someone else dressing up as a bee, or involves the conception of, oh, I saw a honeybee once, do you think it would explode?
That's my question, is like, what if in shortening it down, it actually creates a situation where it uses a bee, and then you start testing on the shortened iteration with the bee.
It introduces the bee concept and then mutates.
All right. Addendum 3045-2, Recovery. On 16/02/2010, a Foundation-operated web analysis bot, IO Sauron, flagged several large-scale online purchases made by a California startup company, HiveFind, as suspicious. The company's website claimed it provided next-generation algorithms, client-centric solutions, and cutting-edge compression software. 3 days later, MTF Move 4, the debuggers, performed a raid on the offices of HiveFind. Although the building had been recently abandoned, they found several pieces of equipment. 14 large-scale QR scanners, 15 desktop computers, and over 900 gallons of stored honey.
My God.
After detailed analysis, Move 4 determined that each QR scanner had been wired to provide control over one computer. SCP-3045 was found on one of the computer's hard drives. A later search uncovered over 50 dead, non-anomalous instances of Apis mellifera, American honeybee, spread throughout the office. Investigations into HiveFind are ongoing.
Those bastards. A footnote.
Now,
one.
There was a list to, or like a link to a bees thing, but I don't think we're going to be able to read that because that's a lot of fucking shit.
It's a lot of bee-related content. Where's the bee link?
It is in the iteration 4 or iteration 5 of the 4th test log. Inexplicably filling with bees. Bees links to a page called Bees,
which is a diary of things related to probably bees.
Probably.
Let's avoid our. By the way, you a bit congested? You got a little sniffles?
I am a little bit congested. Yeah, I think my apartment's dusty.
Your allergies. I say as someone with allergies, therefore I'm allowed to bully you for them. I'm glad to have known that. Now my brain is filled with additional desires to watch the Bee movie. I think that's the SCP spreading.
Good. Yeah, I'm sure that has nothing to. I don't think that has anything to do with the SCP. The SCP just makes things smaller, unless there's bees involved, in which case it makes them larger and more murderous.
Exponentially so.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, second one.
Wait, are we doing all of these? That one took an hour.
That one took 50 minutes or 40 minutes. This one shouldn't be that bad. It's like one page of stuff. So we're gonna do one more.
Okay.
This is SCP-1702, which is the French Hive.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I clicked on something I shouldn't have.
All right. SCP-1702. Item number. SCP-1702. Object class. Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-1702 is contained in a sealed, repurposed hangar at Humanoid Containment Site 063. This is not French accent.
Why is he Eastern European, though?
Because I tried to do a French accent. This is what happens when I try to do an accent anywhere in Europe that is not British.
Oh,
or
so you're racist is what you're saying. I understand.
I'm just incapable of doing anything but an Eastern European accent.
So you're stupid is what you're saying. I understand.
No, I'm saying I probably have Eastern European blood and it refuses to allow me to do anything else because Mother Russia.
So you're inbred is what you're saying. I understand.
No, I'm in my apartment, not bred. That I was confused.
Indeed, my apologies.
Repurposed hangar at Humanoid Containment Site 063, which has been fitted with reinforced concrete honeycomb structures. SCP-1702 is to be provided 500 kilograms of food and mineral supplements daily via automated delivery systems consisting of material as outlined in Document 1702-6.
This got a good-ass life.
It's a lot of food.
I know. Just get shipped to it automatically, too. You want to alternate paragraphs, or?
Experimentation, no, I'm good. Experimentation with 1702 requires prior permission from at least two level 3 senior researchers, and direct contact with SCP-021 may only be performed with direct oversight from Site Command. Personnel entering SCP-1702's containment area must wear lightly colored, reinforced biohazard suits with full rebreathing equipment and must be quarantined for a minimum of 6 hours after exiting the area. In case of aggression from the SCP, or at the discretion of operational oversight. The SCP's containment area is to be flooded with smoke, and all personnel must proceed directly to the nearest exit. Personnel that fail to report to an exit are effectively unrecoverable and will be declared KIA. There we go.
Bro, I broke you. Give me a sec. But you can keep talking. I just broke my camera.
Right, well, that's the containment procedures.
So for description, let me do that. Description. SCP-1702 is a specimen of apian humanoids consisting of a hive.
Oh my god, I fucking hate you so much.
What did I do wrong that time?
A species of apian humanoids.
What did I say?
You said specimen.
I said species. Okay, you're gaslighting me. I am 99% sure I said species.
I will make this a goddamn highlight and
clip it and snip it. I want to see.
I can't clip it. That requires going to my stream and shit. I don't have the ability there, but I'll be able to find this when I edit this down eventually, and I will issue you
a formal apology if I was wrong.
Might as well start writing.
SCP-1702 is a species of apian humanoids consisting of a hive with a single fertile queen and several hundred sterile workers. SCP-1702's specimens have an appearance analogous to normal human. Indeed! I said specimens.
You did.
Specimens. Okay. You did. I said specimens.
You said specimens that time. But that time it's supposed to be specimens.
Specimens. Specimens have an appearance of analogous to normal humans, with the notable exception of several prominent apian structures, including antennae extending from their heads and chitinous skin, or chitinous, depending on your pronunciation, along their backs and limbs. SCP-1702...
Real quick, which do you prefer to say, chitinous or chitinous?
It literally depends on the day with me. I would go with chitinous because it just pops into my head easier. Chitinous sounds more proper, probably more correct.
I go with chitin when it's like the word itself, like if you're talking about, oh, the creature has chitin, or this is a piece of chitin. But when I'm talking about like the texture of something, or using it as like an adjective, If you go with chitinous, I go with chitinous. I don't know why. I just alternate between the two, and it's like instinctual.
Sounds like you're a wishy-washy fuck.
I am a wishy-washy fuck, but at least I can say the right words when they come up.
We're
way over
this.
here.
We're going to prove this.
We're going to go to the folder where these things usually are. Stream resources, videos, raw, data upload. It'll be the most recent MP, not the replay.
What I say? Description.
For the description.
Do that.
You can just watch the description.
SCP. Oh, that is true. Let me hop on.
All right, tell me when you're on the stream and I'll play it.
I'm currently suffering through one of your ads, so you're welcome. There's some monetization for you.
I don't think I actually get paid for that, but thank you.
Wow. Twitch. What scammers? All right, I'm ready.
All right, well, that's the containment procedures.
So for description, let me do that. Description: SCP-1702 is a specimen of apian humanoids consisting of a hive.
Oh my God.
All right, I will issue my formal apology.
We had to stop recording and start recording just for that. I hope you guys all appreciate the hard work that went into me then having to fucking chop this together so it makes sense.
I will own up. I will issue my formal retraction of my prior statement. I belong in the grammar camps.
Just know, Power Core. Two things. One, I had gaslighting parents. I refuse to gaslight people.
Okay, good to know.
So I will never gaslight intentionally, even as a joke. And two, I won't make fun of you unless you actually say it wrong, because I know I say things wrong all the time, and I will roll those back and be like, whoops, that's not what I meant.
I don't notice. The real reason is because there's an autistic amount of things on my screen right now. Like, do you
maximize
not know
the one screen?
Even then, I have a capture device in front of me that's dying while I have the Unity project. That's just what I do on a daily basis.
You gotta learn to focus, man.
No.
I'm the one with ADD. I'm the one who's supposed to be having trouble focusing.
I'll act like I have ADD with the amount of things I'm juggling.
All right, where were you?
I have no idea. And also, wait a second. Now that I can hear me on your stream, I want to balance my audio levels.
I mean, if you're really loud, I can just turn you down on my end.
I know, but I want to be high quality, crisp.
All right, everybody, let's pause the podcast recording real quick. We're gonna just
as you listen to my voice as I ASMR myself, I think I'm happy with the way I am now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Power Core ASMR podcast.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm forgetting where my tabs are though, because I actually have 40 tabs. Don't judge me. Open, so I'm trying to find the one with SCP in it.
I have tons of tabs open right now. It's fine.
Also, hearing me, I have hear myself on and the stream on. I can hear myself 3 times. My brain has gone mildly fuzzy. Yeah, we're talking about specimens, right?
Yeah, the chitinous skin along their backs.
Yeah, specimens of apian humanoids. I actually have no idea where we were. Okay, SCP-1702 also have similar internal physiology with the notable addition of a compound stomach with a chamber capable of processing organic material and raw minerals into a substance resembling human bone that can be regurgitated and used in hive construction and repairs.
Huh. That's kind of fucking metal. I kind of
it's cool, but at the same time, it gives me indigestion just to think about it. SCP-1702-1 is the queen, a large fertile female, approximately 21 2.1 meters in length.
I was about to say.
You're way longer than you
I
should
physically, my neck, I physically like started slowly snapping my neck, like, oh. Continue.
It's okay, brother. I'll meet you at the camps one day.
I don't know if I can consider you my brother, because you're just, I'm bad, and you're...
One day I'm going to send you a screenshot of the amount of shit that's in my field of view every time I read.
Again, I'm saying you just fucking put only one thing in your field. It's an easy.
It's actually not.
It is. It's so easy.
2.1 meters in length, and the only member of SCP-1702 capable of reproduction, typically laying up to 30 eggs per 30 eggs per day. Highly intelligent, SCP-1702-1 is capable of communicating with human personnel in a previously unknown dialect of French, and has proven highly cooperative. Oh, should I read? I actually should be reading this in a French accent. Oh wait, I was about to go Italian. We're not doing French until my sinuses are clear. As well as being a source of most of our knowledge regarding SCP-1702's behavior and hive mechanics. SCP-1702-2.
When I did that last laugh, I disjointed from my body, and I did not feel like I was laughing. That was really weird.
Yeah, out of experience.
I did. This happens to me occasionally where my brain just like considers my entirety of me as an entirely different entity, and it's concerning.
Aha, I've invoked disassociation. This is step 1 of my plan. SCP-1702-2 are male specimens which are only present during the beginning of the mating cycle and have been only encountered once while in Foundation containment. See Incident 1702-1. I'm not even using consistent numbers. SCP-1702-2 appears to only be minimally intelligent and did not respond to any attempts to communicate by Foundation personnel. At the end of the mating cycle, all SCP-17-2 specimens were systematically driven away from the hive or killed.
Rude.
SCP-1702-3 are sterile female workers, currently approximately 340 in number, responsible for construction and cleaning of the hive's personal structure and nurturing young. SCP-1702-3 also attends SCP-1702-1 and are responsible for feeding, cleaning, grooming, and including egg laying in the queen. Inducing egg laying in the queen. SCP-1702-3 appears to be highly intelligent and capable of complex problem solving and logistics, but appear to have vestigial vocal cords that have not responded to attempts to communicate. SCP-1702-2 only have a lifespan of approximately 5 years. The French accent is actually detracting from our ability to read now. I'm too focused on ensuring I'm keeping it up. SCP-1702 was first discovered in Paris catacombs circa 1944 by members of the French Resistance during World War II, who were able to broker a safe passage through SCP-1702's hive in return for living with German war prisoners of war. SCP-1702 was rediscovered in 19redacted, after which a Foundation containment team was able to convince SCP-1702...
What happened there? You like just went normal for like 3 words.
Did I?
After which a Foundation containment team was able to convince SCP-17. It's the weirdest thing. I swear that maybe that was just my brain translating. Maybe somebody else will tell me if that was what happened or not. It felt like
just proved me wrong once before. It shall not do it again. The team was able to convince SCP-1702-1 to relocate to Biocontainment Site 63, citing the effect of urban expansion on its environment and the possibility of being discovered. It was not known at this time whether French government officials were aware of SCP-1702's existence in the intervening time period. We are free now from the pain that is my reading section.
Addendum 1702- Researcher note, translated from French. Oh, fuck.
I know you have to. Fuck.
The SCP has proven a challenge to communicate with. Aside from its unusual dialect, it is also...
You're gone Eastern European immediately. You didn't even try.
I swear to God, I tried.
This is Yuri translating.
It is also in a constant state of incoherence and delirium consistent with intoxication, which I suspect to be a side effect of the pheromones that it is constantly exposed to. On its own, the SCP-1 does nothing but wander the hive and must be guided by its workers whenever its eggs are needed. And despite these issues, SCP-1702-1 has nonetheless been a valuable resource and provided important insight into itself and its hive. I also believe that it may consider me to be a friend at this stage, and I may be able to leverage that trust. Dr. M. Collette, Senior Researcher.
Lens. Addendum 1702-02. Researcher note translated from French. Despite extensive experimentation, it appears that SCP-1702 requires a minimum of human biological material to reproduce properly. This is someone's bee fetish. This is just someone's bee fanfic really extended out. This is where it is.
Yep.
Requires a minimum of human biological material to reproduce properly.
There we go.
Attempts at limiting SCP-1702 to strictly non-human material resulted in the birth of unhealthy workers and caused a considerable distress to the hive as a whole. At the insistence of SCP-1702-1 and with oversight approval, SCP-1702 is to be provided a new diet as outlined in document 1702-06, which is to consist of no more than less than 5% human biological material processed from redacted, and only if absolutely necessary terminated Class D personnel. Dr. M. Collette, Senior Researcher.
Hey, we're through the French parts. Oh my God, my brain is mush.
This is what happens when you're allowed to stay in B mode.
Addendum 1702. You become French?
Yes.
Addendum 1702-3. Incident Report 1702-5. On Redacted, during contact conducted by 4 personnel, including Dr. Collette and Dr. Blank, SCP-1702-1 reportedly entered a state of lucidity, during which it suddenly pleaded with personnel to be rescued from its hive. Oh, God, what? SCP-3 specimens tending to SCP-1 then began to enter an aggressive state, which prompted oversight to terminate proceedings. Dr. Blank and Agent Blank were able to escape containment unharmed, but Dr. Collette and Agent Blank were unable to escape the containment area and were subsequently declared KIA. A camera carried by Agent Blank continued to transmit audio-visual data for approximately 2 minutes.
You're about to slip back in?
Rewind. Data for approximately 2 minutes and 17 seconds before being cut off. Footage recorded showed SCP-1 apparently being attacked and torn apart by SCP-3 specimens while screaming in pain.
Addendum 1702-04. Did I fucking say Odu as a Freudian slip?
I think you did it on purpose. That seems far. I'm kidding.
1702-04. American Incident 1702-06.
Talk like Americans.
For a period of approximately 35 days following Incident 1702-05, SCP-1702 remained highly aggressive.
Offend our American viewers. We all know they're very sensitive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're the biggest snowflakes possible. I mean, they are. SCP-1702 remained highly aggressive and resisted all attempts by personnel to enter its hive.
Nothing. I'm just playing with the thing. Don't worry about it. This is for this is for the video people to see my ADD in action as I fidget with things.
You're aggravating my ADD. After SCP-1702 calmed down sufficiently for safe passage, 2 armored personnel were dispatched into SCP-1702's containment area to investigate. Personnel reported that not only did they locate SCP-1702-01, but the Queen appeared to be unharmed. Recorded footage indicates that while the Queen has the exact same appearance, behavior, and personality, SCP-1702-1 no longer has any memory or recollections of events prior to Incident 1702-05. Addendum.
That's disturbing. Researcher note. Dr. Collette is dead, so this is not in French. Just as in nature, SCP-1702's queen appears to be a prisoner of the hive. So long as she is perfect and productive, the workers will pamper and protect her. But the moment she becomes damaged, they will turn on her and replace her. To the best of our knowledge, this is not the same queen anymore. Just a replacement crafted to the same perfect ideal that the hive expects and requires. That the tissue sample the containment team managed to procure shows a DNA match for Dr. Collette only reinforces this theory. Dr. Blank, senior researcher.
This is absolutely someone's bee fanfic. You just get to become the new queen bee. Don't fuck up, or else they will eat and replace you.
Have lots of plentiful and joyous copulation and
bee cockay.
Yes. And here you were getting on me about puns.
That's not a pun. That's a sex pot joke. That one's legal.
Oh, the next one's real short. But
dude, Forrest, you see what happened on this one. We're done.
That's it. We're done.
I don't think I can handle anything more bee related. Oh yeah, it's just a quick note.
Speaking of more bee related.
What is bee related? Oh, fuck off. The D&D item that I had made, and I'll just read the description, even though I made a whole little visual thing and everything. Actually, I'll send
it to me real quick for the video peoples.
Yeah, that way you can read over it on your old time. This is a D&D item based on the very first story we had read. I forgot what the SCP's name was, but it was the Paladin one, the one that went around shooting people with a 1911. So, in its honor, I decided to make a D&D weapon that is a gun, known as the Verdict. Its description can be left to your imagination. It could be the very same weapon, or one that's inspired by a similar desire to bring justice to anyone you meet, be that righteous indignation or a very brutal guilty verdict. It does 1d8 damage with a +2 modifier. Damage type is invalid number entered, but it's actually supposed to be piercing. A martial ranged weapon with a magical property for the purpose of overcoming resistance. And the focus I put on it was abilities. It comes with 3. The first one is known as the Guilty Verdict, where for one bonus action, the attacker deems a targeted creature guilty, and the creature feels the weight of their sins upon them. Any shots from the verdict against this creature have advantage and do an additional 1d8 radiant and 1d8 necrotic damage. This feature can only be used once per day and cannot be combined with any other feature for this weapon. It's coupled with the not guilty verdict for what should be one bonus action but accidentally wrote one action. The wielder of the verdict deems a targeted creature not guilty. Any shots against this creature made by the verdict, I double typed, any shots made by the verdict against this creature will heal the creature by its damage amount plus 1d8. This feature can only be used once per day and cannot be used in combination with any other feature of this weapon. And the final feature is the guilty, guilty, guilty verdict, inspired by our poor artist friend. For one action, the wielder of the verdict becomes disgusted by the crimes of the targeted creature and dedicates their entire being into seeing them brought to justice. The attacker shoots 4 consecutive shots at the target. If the target dies, this feature can be used again in the same day. But this feature can only be used once per day and cannot be combined with any other feature of this weapon. The inspiration for the last one was especially, you really hate who you're up against and would allow for a multi-attack even if you aren't a fighter, but you only get to use it once at the normal damage die level. If you kill though, then you can use it again. So a very nice finisher.
The only things I would say is just some like language stuff.
Yeah.
In general, this is really good. The guilty, not guilty is basically just like a built-in mark feature, which for a magical weapon works pretty well. The language on it is fine, except for can only be used once per long rest is usually what you say per day, or you give it charges and then have it the recharges
refresh over like a period.
It regains charges at dawn or stuff like that. And for healing, you don't say heals the creature by its damage, you say the creature regains a number of hit points equal to the damage dealt plus 1d8, or equal to the damage that would have been dealt plus 1d8 type thing, because that stacks with certain other features that say whenever a creature would regain hit points and stuff like that. And you can't just say heal because people will know what you mean by heal. But
equal to damage amount plus 1d8. Yeah, and it was after I wrote the 2 abilities that I realized, I actually probably don't want these to combo. So I specified cannot be used in combination with another feature, and decided to make guilty and not guilty bonus actions rather than full actions to activate. So that way you could get that immediate utility out of them. And of course, as they don't combo with each other, I thought it'd be fair to make them bonus actions.
Another way to do this, instead of making it so it doesn't combo, is to make guilty, guilty, guilty be a thing they can do, but cause it to burn the mark. You know what I mean? So instead of just you're guilty, 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 and you get your thing back, but if you've already marked somebody as guilty, then you get the whole bunch of damage, but the mark is gone. So you can take that one shot of like, I think I can kill them with this volley, and then I get it back and I can get another volley.
Okay, and likewise, if you suddenly need to heal, like I guess if you need to heal someone, it could also work with the not guilty verdict. It just feels a bit odd for the quadruple tap heal, unless you're really spamming the not guilty verdict.
Yeah, that's my point. Is if you make them both just like you can only use this once per long rest, and then you can only mark one creature as guilty once per long rest. You only mark one creature as not guilty once per long rest, and the guilty, guilty, guilty says if the target of your guilty, guilty, guilty is marked as guilty or not guilty, at the end of this action they lose the mark.
Yeah, I think a fun rework too, if I were to be super serious about it, would be a resource attached to them, and each one would use that resource. And let's even say the resource is tied to like a particular modifier you have, so wisdom or charisma. That way your character scales with how effective it is.
There are faces because for some reason it won't show our faces right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, no. Now it's showing our faces. Oh, wait, no.
Reassemble.
That's weird.
That's unfortunate. I'll be right back.
If I manually minimize it, it freezes us. But if I Alt Tab out because it's still running in the background, it doesn't. All right. So
that is odd.
Let's take a quick break because I have to use the bathroom and I want to step outside and like clear my nostrils. So we're gonna take a quick break. We will be right back, and when we get back, we're gonna make bee things because that's what I actually meant.
Sure.
All right. Sure. It's only gonna be one thing. I have an idea already. You're just gonna toss me some ideas or like bounce them. So
yay.
Anyways, at this point, don't you stick your tongue out at me, sir.
Bleh.
Sir. Yeah, just for that, I'm gonna go fill this cup up with water and I'm gonna make you listen.
Alright, I'm just gonna sip on water.
There you go. Sounds of water filling a cup. I hope the podcast people enjoyed that.
That was their daily waterfall ASMR.
We do protections here. So, second part of the podcast is creating D&D things based on what we read today. You created something from our first reading, which was awesome.
Yay. Thank you.
Now we're going to create bees. Can you believe it? That's right. I have two pretty simple things I want to make from today. So the first is a race. It's a very, very simple race to make. So you make an apian race. They are a small bee-like creature, small size, a walking speed of 25 feet, but they get a fly speed like a Aarakocra does of 30 feet. Mm-hmm. They have little wings that let them buzz around.
Bzz.
And they get a stinger attack, which deals a honk and chonk 2d6 damage, but also causes half the damage back to them.
Which makes sense.
Bees and stingers.
Hmm.
And the final thing they get, based on the last SCP we read today, is the lizardmen have the ability to craft from bones. Craft like mundane items and stuff from bones, like a core thing. Just straight up steal that for them. For the Apians.
I didn't know that's a D&D lizard thing.
Yep.
I only heard that from Goblin Slayer. Apparently that's accurate.
D&D 5e lizardman race. Not the 5e race, the actual 5th edition 5e race is where is it? Cutting Artisan, I believe. As part of a short rest, you can easily harvest a bone and also hide from no, that's the wrong thing. Oh yeah, you can easily harvest bone and hide from... This is just poorly written, whoever wrote this. Copy of it. From dragons, monstrosities, beasts, constructs, or plants of size small or larger. To create a shield, javelin, club, or 1d4 darts, or blowgun needles.
My gun.
A blade, like dagger or whatever. But in this case, I think just giving them the bite action, then allowing them to use their teeth to consume it, and then regurgitate the objects, and give them like a special set of objects that they can make. Just to fit with the SCP elements that we got there. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
And you can just build the things that they vomit. Build a vomit.
Vomit a build. You vomit out all items you need to build your character.
Not the best place to take your kids.
Oh, yeah, it depends on the type of people you are. Maybe you have a bunch of bulimic children.
Especially not if they're bulimic.
Oh, you can teach them to be constructive with it. Literally.
I don't like this.
I apologize. There is actually bulimic. Jesus, that's such a bad joke. Cancel me on Twitter. My Twitter is @RayfeltT. If you can spell that, you
cancel me, please.
Cancel me. Because the funny thing is, if anybody tried canceling me right now, I have such a low following that I would just end up gaining following.
Yep. So actually, in your best interest to encourage the canceling.
I know how this all works. I just hate doing things that I dislike. Anyways, second item.
Wait, what was that sentence?
I hate doing things that I dislike.
Yes.
All the things I dislike. The premise is that the things that I dislike are the things that get people canceled on Twitter. So I don't do things that would get me canceled because I don't like those things.
That excuse holds up for now. Next thing.
The excuse holds up because that's what I was thinking. This is my fucking ADHD brain creating connections where other people cannot. All right.
You have all the strings that control the system?
No, I just make my own strings to control other systems. That people are like, how do those strings even connect? It's like, well, because this, and this. I mean, I guess that. Sure, you made that up, and I can't see anything wrong with it, technically, but no, I didn't make it up. I just made the connection because nobody else has in the first place, because my brain is just built different, literally.
You're just built different.
I am literally built different. Alright, anyways.
Yours? What were we talking about? Because I forgot.
Second item is a zip gun.
Zip.
Or I was also thinking of like a zip tag.
Oh, for compression.
Yep. So the idea is it's a spell gear item. Spell gear being from my setting, which has the ability to enlarge or reduce as per the spell. And I don't believe enlarge reduce has a cast at higher level value. It does not. But basically what it would do is it would allow you to use a 3rd level transmutation stone to cast enlarge reduce as per normal. But then, or a 2nd level, sorry. But then for every 2 tiers higher you expend into it, you can enlarge or reduce their size by 1 size category smaller and add an additional or reduce an additional d4 of damage. So essentially, if you had like an 8th level fucking transmutation gem, you can just take it, slap it on your friend who's a medium-sized creature, and suddenly they're a large, huge, gargantuan creature. Yeah. With 44 extra damage to all their attacks.
Does Gargantuan's damage cap out no matter how big they are? Because Gargantuan is just anything bigger than the step previously, right?
And Gargantuan is basically anything bigger than Colossal.
Yeah.
Gargantuan is that size of like, you can just basically make up most of the things that it gets at that point. I would probably make it actually so that like 2nd level enlarge reduce, 4th level doesn't increase them to a larger size larger. It just increases like the size of the damage die and adds another one. And then the next level, so the 6th level one would increase their size, and then the 8th level one and increase add another damage die, and then the 8th level one would add another damage die and increase the damage die from a d6 to a d8.
Yep.
So you're now a huge creature if you're a medium creature, and you're just
really brawny.
An extra fucking 4d8 damage every turn.
Which is definitely nothing to sneeze at.
Reduce would do the opposite, medium to small, and then small to tiny.
You'd be really good at infiltration, though, at tiny, right?
And if you did it as like a zip thing, like a zip tag, which is it's an item that you activate and then slap it on somebody. In theory, they could then pull it off themselves if you put it in a place that they can reach. Which I guess would be the point.
It'd be a bit unfortunate if they couldn't. Because no one else could. If they're especially
because you could do that too. You could do that to screw a person too. Just be like a 4th level thing and slap it on somebody's back where they can't reach. And so now they're a small creature and they do a lot less damage, so they're a lot more manageable.
Or if you made them just minuscule or tiny, I think is the correct classification, and they couldn't turn back. That literally is a JoJo villain.
So that's the item that came from the zip. It's not entirely be. I do have the idea that if you cast it on one of the apian creatures, the effect is like doubled or something.
Very bad things happen.
Yeah, it always enlarges and always increases in size, and just do something stupid where if an apian use it, make an old apian tick.
If you want to fuck around with it, especially, you can just have it roll on the wild magic table because you weren't supposed to do that.
Anyways, those were basically the ideas I had.
Is the compressor, what shape does it take? I imagine a bracelet.
I was thinking like literally like a stick-on like
thing. Like a patch.
Like, yeah, seals to the person's body.
I guess that one's more utilitarian because with a ring, you need something that it can clamp onto. The patch you can just clamp on that.
Yep. Kind of the idea. Or, like I said, it could also be a zip gun where you just zap somebody and it's like a ray gun. Just shrinks them for a bit.
You have to manipulate compression level and then zap. Solid. Items presented.
Category 6, 8, 2 category 4. 1d4 to 1d6, and then 8. 8 is 1d6 to 1d8. There we go. I've just wrote little notes on those. That's basically it. That's basically my idea with this going forward, is that we spend an hour and a half reading the SCPs, and then we just take a little bit to like discuss ideas about like things we can make in a D&D tabletop game or in like a gaming environment in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be D&D, but primarily D&D.
It would be on brand. Oh,
hold on, I stopped recording. We need to say bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Time for
see ya.
Bye.
I better see you next episode.
Time for power. Bye.
What?
Bzz.